One.
Good afternoon. Hello.
We're back.
Yeah, round two.
Ding, ding, ding.
Groundhog Day. Yeah. So we had a little bit of an hiccup before. So now,
Just a little one.
yeah, we decided it was so unfair. So many people wanted to see it. So we're going to do it again. But first of all, we'll show you what's on the kit later, what's on the show later in a bit. We'll go through the housekeeping, we'll get onto a demo, and then we'll show you what's in the pack. So, Amanda, how do we shop?
So how do you shop? You shop with us, you watch us on YouTube, obviously on Facebook and Instagram like you've always done, and also on our website. So welcome everybody that stayed with us. Thank you for coming back and joining us again in this hour, because it was a little bit of a oops earlier on. So thank you for coming back. We really do appreciate that. So when you're shopping with us, you can watch us on YouTube, but you can't shop there. You have to shop on Facebook and Instagram to use the codes. Now you're saying, what's a code? What's that all about? What you need to do is type the word shop and then the code that the lovely Lou will then give you into the comments below. You will then get notification from us. Within that notification is a link. Click the link and it takes you straight to your shopping basket on our website. It is that easy. So that's how you shop on Facebook and Instagram. Now it's a little bit different when you're on the website. So on our website, as you're watching us, scrolling along the bottom, you can actually see all the items, so you can shop ahead when you're on there. Click on the item, drop it, put into my basket, or drop into my basket. It'll put it in your basket. When you start filling your basket, a little icon will appear in the top right-hand corner. Click that and open it up, and again do the same checkout process as before. It is so easy. When you come to checkout, if you're not a highlighter, please join us. Please become a highlighter. It is free to do so, and there are so many club benefits for being part of our club. And then also, when you've done that, log in before you check out, because those benefits will become very apparent when you get to your shopping basket. So thank you everybody for joining us.
Thank you. So we're just going to introduce a little bit of felting now, and felting is wonderful. It's where fibres are pushed together to create a cloth or a surface, and we use them every day, but it's such a fun thing to be able to do as a craft. So we'll be bringing you the roving, the carded tops, the tools, a little toolkit, the threads, and all the other extras as I go down the counter with Amanda. But first, should we have just a little quick look at some of these? This is what has been done with some of the kits. Now, it's not been able to get to us, but this is by Dawn, isn't it?
Our lovely Dawn has done these as samples for us, but they couldn't get in the post in time for the show. So this is the kind of thing that you can be achieving, whether it's a motif on a little pin cushion or a little keychain like so. Maybe it's just a little picture of some flowers. Obviously, I'll show you the other images. The lovely June has helped us out with some samples as well.
Look at that.
A little bee. And I love how then the felting is almost that translucent like it is on the wings. Then we've got a little chicken and the egg, which came first.
You can make three-dimensional or two-dimensional things. So how does it work? Well, you need a needle that pushes the fibres, and they've got it's our hair, and if you pull them one way it's smooth, another way it's tactile. So we get them to knit together, and we need friction and heat. And we also, when you wet felting, which is something a bit different, we need water, but we're going to do some dry felting with you. So Amanda, we've got in our little kit, we've got some felted sheets and some roving. Have you got a felted sheet, or should we go straight to roving and show how we can make a flat piece?
We'll use the actual pieces,
the
carded felt.
Right.
So this is what it looks like, okay? So when you open one up, it's all twisted together like that. Now, there's a lot on here. When you consider 10 grams, that's actually a lot of wool, okay? And then when you start unraveling it, you can see just how much is here. Now, you don't use it like this in these strips. You actually pull it apart and fluff it, okay? So to do that, you just gently pull, and you can see how easy it is to actually split the fibres. It separates beautifully, okay, like so. And then you fluff. So you just literally pull it separate it, pop it back on top like so, and pull it again. And this is how you do your blending as well. So if I wanted to add in another colourway, I have got a tiny little bit of black here. Let's just pull a little bit of black.
And the only reason we're doing light colours is so that you can see them, you know. And this is the mat with this tool that you're going to see in a minute, and the single tilt. This is what you get in our new kit that's coming up.
So now you can see in amongst all those layers that you've got the black intertwined, okay? So initially, when you've started, you can see how much, so you saw how little I actually pulled off, and by fluffing it, look how much felt I've actually got there now. There's a lot happening in this piece, so I can actually split that because I don't need all of that, okay? There's a lot going on. So now, these tools are brilliant. So this is the one that I use.
I use that.
I've broken a couple of needles, but I'm not particularly bothered about that because it's still working at the minute. There's a guard on here because there are 7 needle heads in here working at the same time. When you push it down, if you watch the guard, it disappears inside, okay? So I'll then do that, and you can see that the needles are there, okay? And that guard disappears. There's a lock on here that you lock it, twist it, and it locks. And then to change the needles, really easy.
I'll go and get the other
unscrew the base. And so you can tell how secure it is. Take out the little disc, and there you can see the actual bottoms of the needles.
It's not easy to break one of these needles. It can just be that it's hit something or it's snagged on something. So don't think you're going to need loads.
You don't.
But in our pack, you get loads of them. Now Amanda's going to be using the 7-in-1. This is the 1-in-1, obviously. So this is a fine detail, and you get extra needles. So if you need more needles, we'll show you that later.
So now I'm just going to tamper it down, okay?
You know when the festivals are on?
Yeah.
We do felting. They love it, don't they?
They absolutely love the felting. So now, Ken,
Turn
so
it
this
over.
is all just, we're just literally, you can see the difference that it makes, okay? So every time on this needle, there's little like barbs on here, so it will push it in and pull it back through. So what it's doing, it's getting hold of a little bit of the felt and pulling it through, and then pushing it back and pulling it through. So it's causing a weave by you actually doing the in and out action, okay? So you can see the difference in these two. So this is for larger pieces of work, or when you've actually got a piece of work ready and you've got it felted, you can then make it more sturdy, a lot more sturdy.
You did that before, didn't you, through a stencil? It was amazing. I hope we're going to see that again.
So like this, you can see that it now what it's forming, it's not as loose, it's not as open. We've now got a more solid piece of, but you can die cut this now.
And you can use ordinary scissors.
You can.
Anybody think we've done this before? Handing them to her. But you can actually do it like a felt piece, but don't think this is wasted, because
it isn't.
That goes into a blend bag. And that bag is when you want a little bit of a highlight on, say, Dawn's cherry that she did. There, let me show you. That little bit she's cut off could be a highlight on there. So Amanda's beautiful shape now.
So now you can carry on felting onto this because you can see it's a little bit light in some areas. So that's where you would then go back in with the pieces that you've cut off, because nothing is wasted, and just gently pop that back in there and felt it back on. And it's a filler-innerer, okay? Now the more you do this, the denser the felt is going to become, but you have to remember to take it off because you can see it pulls through the fibres into there. So now I'm going to go this way. So I've flipped it over and going the other side. So the more I'm doing this, the firmer that is becoming. Okay, you can see that. So now we're making it into what you would see as a piece of felt. But the colourways and everything you can create with this is phenomenal. Now, we've got also on the show from earlier on, just also very quickly, iron it. So when you've done it, you can iron it. It's wool at the end of the day. It's not an acrylic blend. No. This is wool. So you can iron it. So place it down, iron it, and it smooths it out. And by smoothing it out, I mean like this, okay? So that was originally a bit like that. I put it under an iron and ironed it, and then any of these fluffy areas on the outside edge, I literally took and then just snipped off those tiny little fluffy places.
Haircut, not an haircut.
And then tidied it all up. So then that's where the moulds come in. So you can be using the moulds that we've got on the show, especially these ones, because that fits perfectly inside there, just like that. Almost, this is one that I did earlier. Then what I did to get this straight line and to actually do this is I put a piece of cotton around 2 pins like that, a contrasting colour, and I wrapped it around and I did myself like a plumb line. So I'd got a line to work to. Then I did the red, and then I cut myself a little shape and felted through the shape. And then again, I've ironed them and trimmed them. And then to attach them together, you felt them together like this. There's no sewing or anything involved. You literally stick them together by felting them with the felting barbs. So that is how you actually create little things like this. They are stunning. And then, again, I ironed all the pieces individually, trimmed them all up so they was nice and tidy, and just felted them all together. I've got the other side to finish off, but aren't they just adorable?
And then what you can do, as you move up and progress, you can get a jumper that you've got, a favourite jumper, and you want an emblem on it, a flower on it, shall we say. You can then felt it to your jumper. So would you like me to just introduce what we've got?
Yes, please.
Right, so I'm going to take you down here. Are you going to join us or are you getting ready, Amanda?
I'm weddying.
All right, so the top of the show, you're going to need carded wool. Carded wool is combed wool and it's combed flat. Here we've got 4 sets of 3, and each one of these is 3 in each, 10 grams each. So you get the neutral, the blue, the green and the red and white. So you've got colours for everything and blended colours. So you get like all these plus mixes. So that's shop wool and that's $14.99. And remember, you're getting all of these 10 gram carded tops. That's all the work's done for you. Sometimes you can get bigger packs and you have to card it. This you don't, you do it. Right, so we're going to move on to this is one of my favourites. Can I just nick your single one? Ah, my love. And those, there we go. Sorry, I should have brought this in. We thought it'd be wonderful if you had your own little kit. So in this, it's shop felt and it's $24.99. You get the wonderful little storage box with a lever in, tray in, sorry. Right, so then that's quite sturdy, but I wanted a felt and go. So Stephanie and myself did this one, all this for you. So in this, we have got what we could use. Now, the single needle, and you do get with a little, you get this in a nice little bag. You get the single needle and you get 5 needles. So again, you're not short of needles. So that's 1. Then you get 10 sheets of assorted colours. And these are your starter pack. But it doesn't mean it's a starter grade. It just means you've got 10 colours to start you. That also goes into your wonderful little box. Then we've got the 7-in-1. And it is really easy. All of these here show you how to do it, how to arrange it. You're not on your own. It tells you exactly what to do, where to do it. And then again, you've got the lock, which allows you to sort of lock it in place in case it drops or anything, because they may smash, but these needles fit there. But of course, we're going to need a surface, so that's where this comes in. This is your foam surface for your felts that we can then attach the wool woven we've got into it, and we can felt to this. So shop felt will get you the single needle with all them, the 10 sheets, the actual 7-in-1, which is about a tenner on its own, and the little box to go. If you do want to make a little bit of foam, you could always find another bit of foam to fit in here or cut a bit off that. So what about if we're doing flowers? We want little stamens. We thought, right, beads. So in this offer, shop beads, you have got a cracking offer. I can't tell you how good these are. At the bottom, we've got 3, 6, 9, 12. We've got 12 times 17 gram pots. Now, these are 8 O's or 8 aughts, as we call it. So that means that they're an 8, we call them an 8. So they're a bit bigger. The bigger the size, the smaller the number. Yeah. No? Yeah, that's right. So we've got the set of 8s down here. I always get that confused. But at the top, you've got 15 aughts. Oh, my word. And these, you get 12 of 15 grams. It's less, but it's hundreds more, because it goes 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15. So you've got these that go on top of that to make those beautiful little bud flowers. So that is shop beads, and that is $19.99. And the name for these beads, in case you want to know, are Raquel's or Rochelle's, whatever you want to call them. The next thing we've got is we want to be able to attach this to our felting or to any other flosses or anything we've got. And we've got 4 invisible threads. Now we call it that because you do need to be able to see it, and if it's invisible you won't. So we've got 2 what they call crystal. This is a nylon filament, so you can use it for your jewellery making, your beading, everything like that. It is strong attached, so if you're using these beads, you can feel quite you can make it strong so they don't easily drop off or anything. I would always suggest, if you're using for children's toys, to use child safety ones, and they're special. But these are great for hemming clothes, putting invisible stitches in, so not just for our felting and crafts, but also home and haberdashery. So to go with your 4 shop thread, $9.99, we're going to need a toolkit. Now I love this. So we get this, this and this, right? So it's shop tool, all of that, $19.99. And to break it down, we've got the eyelet tool and the eyelets. So this is like a famous brand of jewellery that you make beads with. So you could do that with that. Or you could punch it into something that you want to, like a key ring holder or anything, a piece of jewellery, a pendant, anything like that that you want to thread, maybe you floss through. We've got these 8 clamps. I can't tell you how useful these are, simply because they lie flat. So when you've got a piece of work and you want to clamp it all together, the felting, that allows you to keep it on your surface nice and flat. And you do get, I'm not going to get these out, but I think everyone here's got them on the desk now, because we love them. And this is the 8 metal spring 2-inch clamps. I love these. I think there's more and more of these tools finding its way into our little baskets and our toolkits. Here we have got, I'm not going to open it, but you might find there's a tiny bit of residue on these, and that's absolutely perfect because they were oiled as they're made, and that way they're going to keep wood forever. But just clean them off, because they do need to keep them in transit. Any moisture getting in there, we don't want that, so they oil it. We get the wire cutters. So those are flush cutters, okay? And you can see you've got a little chamfer there, and that will allow you to pass it through if you don't want to cut it, and then move it up there to cut. So there's your pliers. Then we've got round nose, and these are conical, and each sort of up here you could put a mark on there to get concentric, what they call loops, what they call them, Amanda?
Jump rings.
Jump rings. So if you want jump rings, you can put a mark on there and you can get the same size, or you just want a curl on your findings, that's what that's for. Jump rings, this is a jump ring opener. Instead of it hurting your hands trying to undo them, you slip that on your finger and just pull it apart. It's almost, if I show you with this, it's almost like those 2 together, and you just click it and it opens it. And then we've got our needle nose, or flat nose as these are called, and that is flat on the inside to get a grip and curled on the outside. Some people call them D pliers. I don't, but you know. So that's shop tool, $19.99, and that is a real good deal, because some of these items are around, could be a tenner on their own. So we thought, what could we put with our floss? What could we put with our beads? What could we put? We could do all of this and use our threads. Now, the code for this is floss, and that's what in the haberdashery term we call it. So you get 36 colours in these families, of 6-strand floss. What do I mean? Well, each little strand, move that up for our Sophie to see, each strand of cotton or floss is made up of 6 individual filaments, and they're all coiled together to create one. But that means if you're doing, you count it cross stitch, you can do it 1 strand, 2 strand, 3 strands. Some of my stitching that I do is 1 strand, especially the silk painting, which is like thread painting. So I use these on my thread painting, and that is shop floss $14.99, and you're getting all them 36 colours, beautiful colours, and they're not like wishy-washy colours either, they're nice ones. So if you wanted to decorate even more, we've got this tulip brand. Now this is shop glitter, and this is $8.99, and you get tons and tons of uses for this, because this is suitable for fabrics, it's suitable for anywhere there's a flexible give, leatherettes, anything like that, because it's made to be washed. My advice is, when you apply it, leave it, and then always, before you apply it, I forgot to tell you, wash your garment. You may get some shrinkage, and that means it'll pucker if you don't wash your garment. Wash your garment, or your cloth or everything, then apply this, and then you'll get great. Keep putting it in the washer. And on here you can see they've used it like a diamante beading, they've used it around the cuffs and on the neck, and then you'll see that even though these look different in the pack, when that glue dries, the glitter shines, and you can see it there. So I'll show you the colours. You can see the glitter in it, but once the carrier, which is the binder or glue, dries, then that pops up. So we get black, confetti, so it's going this way, black, confetti, diamond. We've got ruby, pink, emerald, sapphire, amethyst, gold and silver. So that is 10, I think these are 22 mil tulip fabric paints. I love them. This is called the party pack. Yes, party pack. So that is shop glitter, $8.99. That's not £1 each. Not £1 each. I love it when I do that. I sound like a right titan, but I am. If I'm spending my money, it has to go sensible, and at least 4 different uses now. It used to be 3, it's 4 now. Right, I can show you later on if we get more time, because this is what we ran out before. Amanda's doing what we call dry felting, but I can show you how you can apply felting to already felted items or toys or anything, and show you a little bit more techniques. They're not more advanced in any way, it's just little things that I found out. So here we've got Shop Mouse, right? And I love this little one. You get everything in this box, everything. Let me turn him round. Right? The DI Christmas mouse. It doesn't have to be for Christmas.
Doesn't have to be Christmas.
No.
No.
Anytime. It could be a toy. I mean, you get everything in here.
Could be a football scout.
Could be, yeah. It could be even Roland.
Oh, I remember Roland. Okay, everybody that's with us, who remembers Roland the Rat? Okay, one of my brothers.
No.
Don't you remember
Sophie?
Roland Rat?
I know what he looks like. But
Oh, he was brilliant. So one of my brothers, Barry, loved Roland Rat. He thought he was amazing, and he used to have one of him in the car. He used to sit on the back seat of the car. Roland used to go everywhere with him. So yeah, Roland Rat. Yes, I remember Roland. How many of you remember Roland?
Right. Well, this is it. I like that because it brings back memories. But
It does.
And I love the fact, right? I like that picture. It looks really funny. Going on that. You see, off with his head, and there's stuff in him there. I love that. But absolutely everything. You get all the threads you need, the beads for the eyes, you name it, you've got it in here, and more instructions inside. So this is for sewing, but I'm going to show you how you can add the felt into it. You get his own little box. So this is Shop Mouse, $8.99. That is fantastic. Sit. Oh, you need a flat bum. Sorry. Oh, hey. And no animals were harmed. And this, we can go one further, and we did these in the wonderful event we have. And these are the gnomes or gnomes, whatever you want to call them. And this is a whopping deal. This is Shop Gnome. No, go. Oh, say it, Amanda. Shop Gnome.
Gnome.
And this is $6.99 for the two. And I want to show you what you get. So I said before, you get the roving in this. So you get your wool tops in these colours. And you get the two needles and a small piece of foam. And the foam in this fits exactly in your little sewing, your felting kit. But you don't have to be like this. You can do whatever you want. I'm
just going to open one, Lou, so everybody can see what's in here.
I had one, and instead of putting a beard there, I sort of put the nose lower and then plaited this, and it looked like a Viking girl.
Oh.
And then they had a real whopper duper, but you could put all sorts of things. You could make little felt balls like Amanda's done here, and add them on his hat. You could make little characters with this. So only use this, like I say, you see this for what it is as ingredients, and your recipe is your own. But if you get the starter kit, which is felt, and it's $24.99, and add these into your basket, you've got a whole project ready to start. We would say certain ages, because these are very sharp needles, not like a little bit sharp. So please use your discretion with that. So that is there, Shop Gnome, $6.99, and that's that. And Amanda's going to quickly show you what you get.
Just going to open one of them because I think it's really important for you to see. So inside here, that is a smaller version of your felting block, and you do get 2 needles, okay, which is brilliant. So you don't even have to buy anything extra to work with this. In addition to that, you get his little body, because what you don't want to use is all of your felt to create the inside of your gnome and not have enough left to create anything else. And they are very generous, the creative, when they do this for you. So you've got a little body. All the instructions are in here as well. So to make him a flat bottom, you just cut it off with a little knife.
Yeah, I was banging it like that again.
So in here,
flat bottom,
you get your carded wool, again, the colours that you need. In addition to that, you get his little beard, you get his nose, and then you get this little pipe cleaner piece of wire. Now that actually goes in his hat, so you can actually do this with his hat. They think of absolutely everything that you're going to need. Now you may actually get extra pieces out of this. So in here it shows you everything that you get. It gives you all the instructions together with the template. Okay, so if you look inside there, that's the template for his hat. Okay, so his hat template is in there. Cut that out and you actually cut it to that template. So they're all the pieces that you get in here. However, like Lou said, you could actually do this, and the extra pieces, you could put little flowers on his hat. You can turn it into a lady one, so not use the beard. Maybe turn the beard the other way up around the top, so you trim the hat and then put florals and things in there.
You could get 2 of them in there.
Absolutely.
The kit, put that on. Get all your felt, which is shop felt, $24.99. Put all your little needs. I'm going to get them. Stay there, Amanda. Don't move.
Because we were talking earlier that something like this, it's a pocket project.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Isn't it? That's because you've got everything that you need to get yourself
right.
If you want to dip your toe in and just taste, have a little taster and think, is this felting can I do it?
Yeah.
Absolutely you can, because it is really easy. But then a little taster, one of these little gnomes or both of the gnomes will get you going and actually having a play.
Absolutely.
Love this.
This is perfect for your needles.
Yes,
so your felting needles, and it really does lock. We've got a single one and that. I'm not getting it out. Right, no. What we'd need, that's got a lock on it. We'd have the single one, which is a bit smaller than that. You take that apart, that fits in. The spare needles sit in there. Anything that's broken off can be put there. And then you really click it, and then it all goes. And then there is in there. Right?
Can I borrow that?
Yeah, can I have this back now? And then your little projects underneath, and when they're out of the packets they will fit in. It's just with the packaging I can't put it all in. So all that shop felt, $24.99, and I'm going to have to put all this back. Amanda, are you ready for the quick demo?
Yes, absolutely. So earlier on I was saying about using your dies. Okay, so we've got the shop mould, which will get you the lovely moulds for Mickey that you've seen that I've done this with. But then all of your other dies that you've got, maybe making silhouettes and things like that, I've just used one of my Fleurs dies and run it through and actually created myself a shape, okay? Little stencil like this. Now I've done it in card because if I was to use the metal, it would mean if I caught that with the pin, I might break it. So that's why I've done it out of card, okay? But then you can actually use the other characters as well. So doing that, then I went ahead and started felting myself some petals, okay? And I did the blending technique with the two colours. So I felted myself some basic shapes of my petals, okay? Then I moved on to, now this is actually the pine cone from Fleurs, but I used it as a template to make a little flower like this. So now I'm going to put all of that together because you don't stitch them together and you don't glue them together. When you're felting, you actually felt them together. So I'm going to trim down my little petals like so to make them a little bit sharper. But as we've said, don't waste any of this carded felt that you've already got, okay? Nothing is going to be wasted. We keep all of it. We have a little blended pot. I'm going to pop that one back on top so I can kind of see where I'm going. And again, trim away the fluff. You might like them fluffy, so this is then where you experiment with how you like things to look. You might like to leave it all fluffy, but if you don't, you can actually do this and then do it as a flat rectangle and then run it through your die machine and cut them out with your dies.
Or pinking shades. Anything.
Anything like that to put an edge on them.
Right.
Which
I've got
is
a couple
brilliant.
of people.
Oh.
Will you let me know when you've got a minute and I'll talk.
So we're going to just cut around again on here like this. Lauren needs your loo, I think.
Right. I've got a few people coming back and it's great to see. Thank you for your company.
So we've got that.
I'm just going to say hello to all these people who've come back. We've got Maureen, Amanda, Tracy. We've got lots. Where have they gone now? They've come back, expired. So we've got Jane, Carol. All these people come back to watch us and they're loving it. We've got a couple of people who
Did they
managed
miss
to
us?
get it. Managed to get it at last and then got other ones. So yeah, so thank you to you people. You're all coming up with great ideas and different ways of using them with the crafts that you've already got. But yeah, Amanda is inspiring and thank you very much for liking my tie.
The tie has got a comment.
Are you ready? I've got more than one.
Hey, look at that.
That is about 1962. My mum got it. And it's like, I left it in the box. The box is disintegrated, a bit like my hair. It's all like, especially if you have a look, see what it was. And I got it out and I thought, I'm going to wear that. But I've got a big fat neck, so I've had to put elastic on back. But who cares? But I love it. I really love it. It's weird, isn't it? If my mum had told me, like, when I was 15, I said, wear that. I'd look, oh, you're joking, Mum. You're making me wear that. I'll never forgive her. But now, it's funny how you don't care when you get older. You think, I like that. I'm wearing it.
Yeah,
it
really is beautiful.
Should we tell them about that shirt while you're cutting them?
Yeah.
I came in this morning, the other day.
This has happened on more than one occasion now.
And I went into Tesco's in Manchester, other shops that are available, and I bought a shirt. We have got very strange, very similar. It's light single white and female here. And I came in and they're all in my car on an hanger. So I saved my new one for today. Who walks in today with it on? This one. She's come in with it, the same one on. So I bought the trousers, the top and the jacket. It's not like a proper jacket, it's a long flowy thing. I look like Demi Roussos in it. There's another one. And I thought, I can't clash with Amanda, it'll look wrong. So I put the next one on. So
next week when you see Lou wearing this shirt, it's not my shirt, Lou. We don't share a wardrobe.
No.
It's not my shirt. Lou has actually got your own, haven't you, darling?
I have. And my other half would tell you I've got a wardrobe and another wardrobe and a few wardrobes and shoes. So Amanda's now, we'll get back to Amanda now. She's done all the snipping and
I've trimmed it all down. Okay, now I can actually start felting them all together. So like I said, you're not gluing these together. You don't need to glue them together because we felted the pieces anyway. Just remember to turn it over.
And this is like what we call tacking. If you're into stitching and you would tack something down, this is like us tacking before we actually physically attach. So if I bring this in, Amanda is building this up.
Oh, very similar.
Yeah, building like the layers, sorry, not. And she's doing like you can see in the back. It's well felted. This is, I mean, if you really tried, you could pull it apart, but you'd have to give it a lot of welly. But that's what Amanda's doing now. She's putting those fibres together, like closing them together now.
So then, obviously, in the middle, I can pop in, but because I'm doing it there, that's lifting up, okay? I'm just going to stay in the centre, like so, okay? I am going to turn it over, but again, I'm going to try and keep just in the centre. Now, if you find sometimes that it's not coming together, just take a few strands like this, and it's like putting a little bit of a patch on the back just for something else for them to get to, because at some point it'll get that rigid. So can you see I've filled that in? Now I'm going to turn it over again and do this middle again.
If you have got the starter kit, you can actually cut out a shape, die cut a shape out, a circle, or cut it by hand and use that, as Amanda was saying, as a flat back for that. And you can felt it to that so that you can add your brooch back to it. So,
and then the little ones, I'm going to do some little...
No, yeah, go on. Stamens.
Yep.
Pistils.
Little balls. So I try and get a little bit of wool, but I move it and turn it into...
You're not going to believe this, but do you know what we used to do in the quarry bank to get that going?
Spit on it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's how they used to do it years and years ago.
So now I'm
felting
water
on it.
Into it, okay? Keep turning it round, and you can see you can get it to actually really turn onto itself. Now be careful, everybody, of your fingers. Okay.
Because, believe you me, the barb goes one way, and to pull it out, it'd make
when
your
you're doing
eyes
this,
water.
it does make your eyes water.
But you'll know, if you've done it once, you'll know never to do it again.
You're not likely to do it again.
Just to remind everybody that if you do want the Disney moulds, they're in a full set at the front there while Amanda's making the balls. And you've got like little paw prints and everything. So if you've got an animal lover, you could put that in the middle of your flower. But that's shop mould, and that is $17.99. So very versatile.
That's a very open and loose version. I would still go back into that and felt it a lot more. Maybe put a colour on the edge. But that's the idea from coming to something like that. So you can see where you can go. So in here, you've also got your moulds, and I just want to quickly just go through who you're getting, just in case, okay? So you've got the crocodile and the alarm clock from Peter Pan, thank you. You've got the Disney ears in 3 different sizes. You've got Pluto, and you've got all his little pieces that go with him. So you've got his collar, his footprints and things like that, his bowls, etc. In addition to that, you've also got Piglet, you've got Winnie Pooh, which is lovely. You've got Plane from the aeroplanes, from planes, like there's the cars, there is also planes as well. And those are the outside edges, so I can make a silhouette. You've got the 3 ducks. Okay, so you've got Huey, Louie and Dewey, the 3 little ducks. And then you've got a little bit from Little Mermaid. So you've got Sebastian and
Flounder.
Thank you. And then we've got Jiminy Cricket and Pinocchio from obviously Pinocchio. So all of that comes together. Shop mould $17.99, which is just amazing. Now, when we talk about felting some of these little characters and making a silhouette, you absolutely can do that.
Are you going to give us a quick demo?
So very quick.
No, that's cool. Take
I know
as long as you want.
I haven't got pink, but we have got a little.
Show everybody how you can make a pink though.
You can make a pink by blending them together. It's not going to be amazing.
No,
pink.
well, you know, you've got to keep blending and pulling and blending,
Yeah.
and that's what makes the pink. But we're going to show you quickly how to do it, and you can take your own time at home.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to rush like we are, but you'll see the less red and the more of the ecru colour, I would call it. Remember that tights ecru? Oh,
Yeah.
that an American
Camel.
tan. Yeah, oh, I never had camel. No, never had camel. There was another one, wasn't there? What was it called? That orange one. It looked like somebody like
Tangoja.
yeah, but yeah. So we're going to make these colours. Now you can take some colours out and add more, and that's a great thing. But you're putting air into it now, aren't you?
Mm.
You're building that so you've got a better blend, and Amanda's putting air into it. So this would be skin
You know, like
colours.
you do, you're whisking your eggs.
I don't whisk a lot of eggs, I must admit.
Or making your pancakes and things like that, batters, and putting air into it. So you can keep going and going and going, and you'd get a lot finer blend. But just as for instance, so you can see how we work with this. There's actually, you saw how little I pulled off there and how much I've ended up with.
I think you might have too much.
I've got a little bit too much there, so I'm going to pop that in there. But you can add to it, okay? Now, when you've done a character like this, if you're making a silhouette, I've done it in the colour, but if you did it as a black silhouette, then use your toolkit with the whole
The eyelets.
You would
Perfect.
then have a keychain.
Or a pendant even.
Or a pendant.
If you wanted like a little pendant.
So-
And these are all for personal use, but the mould, but the felting is so easy to do in these.
Look at
Absolutely.
this.
Isn't it?
Absolutely brilliant. So now I'm using the single barb, okay, and I'm going to the edge, all the way around the edge, and I'm making sure it's tucked in really nice and tight around the edge. And then I'm just going to go, but I go in lots of different directions. So I'll go one direction, then I swap and go in the other direction. But then you've got to remember that you have to turn it over, okay? Because if you don't, you end up with all this, look, it's actually stuck to this, so you have to flip it over. So to do that, I flip the mould over and pop it back in like so.
Good idea,
And
that.
carry on. Because I've still got the symmetry of the mould. And then you just keep felting, okay, like this. And eventually, you can see, now, can you see how much? So we've gone from something being really, really...
What a great idea. We've just had Laura. Is that your idea, Lauren?
Just asking the questions.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So we've just, yeah, brilliant, yeah. So if you did if you did just a plain colour, a cream
Yeah,
like this, a
absolutely.
pale colour, with the mould, because it's got a doofendob on the back, little handle, stamp, use your VersaFine. So there are different inks, so you have got VersaFine that will actually work with fabric, okay? Stamp onto there, and then with the little silhouette, once you've felted it, you could go in and stamp the image down onto the little silhouette. So you would then have Winnie Pooh actually stamped on here, which would be amazing.
Piglet.
Piglet, yeah, that's Piglet. He's Winnie Pooh. I was looking at Winnie Pooh and I said Winnie Pooh, but I've actually got Piglet in my
Can I
hand.
just say, Lauren, that
This
is a
is-
genius little thing to say.
brilliant
I wouldn't have thought
idea.
that.
Put your colours on like you do with me.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, of course
Come
you
on.
could.
Go on, that was going to be a bit of mine, but I haven't brought my demo in, so you can do it.
What?
About adding colours, you know, like to felted pieces and
All
stuff.
right, yeah. So like the imagery,
Yeah,
like we've done
please.
here.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
here
yeah.
we've got the lovely
Some of these
June
are
has done
June.
these.
Yeah.
Yeah. So some of the pictures just by using the felt, okay? So that's all it is that felt.
Yep.
These pieces.
Shop felt, and it's $24.99, and you get the kit, the needles, the storage box, and the mat, and the 7-in-1 and the 1-in-1. all for $24.99.
It's phenomenal. So this is your piece of felt, and now you can definitely see on the back of here how it knits through,
These are
how
tough.
it comes through and actually anchors down to your felt. When I flip that over, this is actually yarn. So I've undone the yarn and used the yarn in here. So you can use your yarn, your floss.
Do you want me to get a little piece?
You can put your floss on here as well.
What colour would you like?
I don't know if we can open. Can we open it? So you can actually use it. So now I'm going to put some little extra flowers on here, and then I've got a card ready to put together. So I'm going to go with a little bit of the red. I'm just going to get some of the red. I'm just going to make it into a tiny little ball like this. I'm going to pop it at the side of the flower that I've already got, and you then create your pictures. And it's I like this because felting onto felt like this, because it's on there now, look. It's like watercolouring with felt.
It is very much
If
so.
if you think you're not an artist and you're not somebody that can draw and you watercolour, but watercolour is a lot looser. So to me, whether it be the right phrase, but it seems safer.
Oh yeah.
Watercolouring is safer format for a lot of people.
Absolutely.
So you can pull off little tiny pieces, make a little ball, and it doesn't matter if it stays fluffy like this. So look at this. So this is one June's done. She's got a mountain, she's got some green, a little river running through and a few trees. It can be very, very loose form of pictures. And then Stephanie did this one for us. So she's done a little Flanders field image with the poppies, with the sky, and then that is actual yarn again. So you can use your yarn in there. And then again, I've made a little tiny flower, pop that on there and just felt through it.
And you can even use the black or some of these to create shadows on one side. So you can make it three-dimensional.
You can make it really three-dimensional.
Yeah.
And then your seeds and your clear
beads.
Your beads, sorry.
Oh, and here we are, the threads.
Yep.
So shop threads, these, I'll bring them round. Shop threads. No, these.
The clear thread. Oh, sorry. So now you can stitch your beads into here as well.
And you won't see them. So you get two of these. You get 2 crystal and 2 smoke. And it's $9.99 for the 2 sets. So you've got, on here, Amanda said, 200 metres, 2 rolls, 200 metres. I can't believe it. Well, shop $9.99.
It's brilliant. So now you then becoming a bit more of a stitcher as well.
Absolutely.
So it's not just, so don't be afraid of how to work with this. Even going in to then creating things that are 3D, okay? Like the little gnome and the little mouse. So this is all felted, little felted body. I've put trousers on her. She is yet to be finished. I'll get round to that at some point. However, so for all our card crafters out there, you're going to say, okay, this is felting, but how can I use it?
No, I think that's
like
a great
this,
idea. Yeah.
Okay, so I've made myself a little card. I've used our incredible tape.
That is shop tape, $9.99. No,
Yep.
$12.99.
$12.99.
$12.99, and you get 9 rolls. That's why I get mixed up.
We don't have that on the show. You have to go to the website.
No, that's entirely at the website, but just in case you want to know what that is, go to the website, you'll see it there.
So then all I've done is I've used it on the back of the felt. Okay. So, and then I think I need to put my glasses on for this.
Be interesting to see, because that's a really good way. Although if you do try and felt through this, it'll gunk your needle up.
Yeah, you don't felt through it.
But you can to position stuff, but then remember it's best taking it off.
Oops.
But yeah, I like Amanda's doing it to stick it to here. It's perfect for that.
So then take my tape off. And now I'm turning my felted creations.
That's so cool.
And how lovely would it be? This is really unusual way of giving a gift or a card.
They could put it in a frame after that.
Yep, they could.
Absolutely.
Just cut that down and actually mount that as it is in a frame. And then...
Can you believe we've got 5 minutes left? It's amazing how fast it goes.
There is I'm sorry, there is definitely a time thief in this building.
I think so.
put a little sentiment on there. So if you're a card crafter and you're not really sure how you would go about actually making these projects into cards, you absolutely can, just by doing a little picture and mounting it on there. Whether that then be doing a little mini figure, Mickey Mouse, and putting that on there. I would then go in and actually make this a little bit firmer, put a little brooch pin on the back, and you've given it as a gift.
Absolutely, and I think
It's
that's
brilliant. Felting is phenomenal.
It's up to you how much you do and what you do. I'm going to take this back because I'll go straight down the counter now to remind you. I hope that's okay, because I just think, you know, we've seen some amazing demos by our Amanda, so I'm going to nick everything back and put it here. So the carded roving at the front here, we have got shop wool, and that is $14.99, and you get 3, 6, 9, 12, and these are all 10 grams each, so you don't have to pick, you get them all. Shop wool, $14.99. Now this is a great starter pack for anybody, but this is a great to build on your arsenal of what we're going to give you as in kits. The next one is a perfect starter kit, isn't it? And this is shop felt. Are you wearing all your work?
Yeah.
Right, Amanda's wearing all her work all at once.
Well, it's not all mine. Some's June's, bit of Steph, there's a bit of everybody's here.
But isn't that cool as a flower there? So shop felt, and in this we get the mat that we felt into. We get 10 let me turn it round so you can see. It's not about me seeing, is it? 10 assorted sheets of pre-made felt. Then you get the single, there you go, the single needle, which is easily just fits in. You get it in a packet, and it shows you what to do. 7 needle barbs, and all that is $24.99, and it's great because once it's out of the packaging, it fits in here. The next thing we need to add, as Amanda has said, that beautiful flower. Where's it gone now?
In my hair.
Oh yeah, it goes with you, that colour. Look at that. Oh yeah, Viva, yeah. She's on holiday. So if you want to put some of the Raquel beads in there, right, you could put added stitching them on with the thread I'm going to show you in a minute. But the Raquel beads are shop beads, $19.99. We've got 12 8/0 or size 8s, and we've got 12 15/0. And these are, there's 17 grams in the 8s and 15 grams in there. And believe you me, that's not even a pound apart. That is such a phenomenal thing, and the colours are so beautiful because they're sort of all subtle and mingle together. So that is shop beads, $19.99. The next one we've got is shop thread. Now this is for everything and everything. Invisible stitching, for adding beads, for doing hemming, anything, stitching by hand, stitching on machines. You do get 4, you get 2 crystal and 2 smoke, you get 2 rolls at 200, 2 rolls at 200. That's shop thread, $9.99.
And also, if you're doing your spinner cards, we're always on the hunt for it. We're always on the hunt for invisible thread. So if you've got your spinner cards,
perfect.
So even though this is about felting and more of a fabric kind of twist on everything, this is a must to put in your baskets if you are a card crafter.
Well done. I not thought about that. Oh, I'll get that in a second. Right, so the next one we've got is an add-on. This is like tools. So if you want to invest in the starter kit and make some jewellery, this is a great starter kit. I'll start with the clamps. You get 8 2-inch clamps. These are perfect because they lie flat. And so when they lie flat, it means you're not lifting it off the table. Great for stitching, great for papers as well. And with that, you get these, which are the lovely pliers for the eyelets. And then we get the set of, I would say jewellery, but some really good tools for everything. Set of flush cutters, set of D's, or what we call flat nose, and then a set of snipe nose, not snipe, it'll come to me. So, no, and then a jump ring splitter. So that is shop tool, and that's $19.99 for all of that. Shop floss is $14.99.
You're getting 36 colours.
Right, and we've got shop glitter, and we're getting all of these 10 different colours, and we have now got very little time. So we've got shop mouse, $8.99.
For all of that, you get everything to make him as well, including his squeak.
We've got Shop Gnome, $6.99 for the two.
It is.
And we've got Shop
Finally.
Mould. And we've got all those moulds, the Disney characters.
$17.99.
And we've
Right.
now got No Time. So
Thank you, everybody, for coming back and sharing the hour again with us. We're really sorry of the little hiccup that we had earlier, but we really do appreciate that you came back and let us do it all again for you. I hope you've enjoyed the show. Remember to check out your baskets, and we'll all be back again tomorrow morning. Stephanie and I. See you there.
bye.